off the charts. It's a match made in hell. So they decide to officially start dating. And they feel like they're perfect for one another. They go to Satan worshiping parties together, they do blood drinking rituals together, they take vacations to England and Scotland, and rather than stay in a hotel, they just like sleep in graveyards. Here's a picture of the two of them.
Anybody can find love. If this is a testament, anybody out there can find love. I'm not gonna lie. No matter how niche you think you are, how much you're like, oh, I'm different. I'm never gonna find anybody. No, you will. Let this be proof. Yo, what's up, guys? We got another video today. She's a Real Vampire by Ray William Johnson. I don't know why I did this, like vampires. I guess fangs. But yeah, it's by Ray William Johnson. You already know what's up. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is probably gonna be crazy, but let's go ahead and check it out. You know, go ahead and like, subscribe, all that. You know what I'm saying? Gaslighting, what? AI companion. Maybe we'll watch that later, but let's go ahead and do this. Yeah.
Believes that she's a vampire? Now, the woman's name is Manuela, and Manuela is around 21 when this story starts, and she's living in Germany.
Big goth energy, okay.
And homegirl is extremely into goth culture, like the
yeah,
black
we see
boots
that.
and the heavy metal.
Gosh, not the
she
satanic
even
stuff.
worships Satan, and she does like rituals, and she sleeps in graveyards, and like all sorts of weird stuff. But she's also got a big problem. She's actually kind of lonely. But one day, in the year 2000, all that changes. Because she's reading a heavy metal magazine.
Here we go.
Because of course she is. And in it, she sees a personal ad. And the ad says, Vampire seeks princess of darkness who hates everybody and everything.
That's crazy.
And I guess she thinks this is pretty romantic. And she's like, well, this vampire guy seems fine. And so she reaches out and she contacts the guy who posted it. The guy who posted the ad is this guy, Daniel. And Daniel, he's around 25, and he's just like Manuela.
Yo, he looks like he's about to gaslight her, bro. He looks like he's about to gaslight her and manipulate her. He's like, yes, my cute moldable object. Like, I feel like I see the storyline of this. Hopefully it's not.
He's even into blood drinking rituals. So eventually, Manuela and Daniel meet up in real life.
Yeah, but whose blood is it? Are you buying the blood? Like, ethically? Like, hey, man, what you do in your free time, I'm not going to judge you as long as you're not, like, harming other people to do it for real. Come on now.
The chemistry is off the charts. It's a match made in hell. So they decide to officially start dating. And they feel like they're perfect for one another. They go to Satan worshiping parties together, they do blood drinking rituals together, they take vacations to England and Scotland, and rather than stay in a hotel, they just like sleep in graveyards. Here's a picture of the two of them.
Anybody can find love. If this is a testament, anybody out there can find love. I'm not gonna lie. No matter how niche you think you are, how much you're like, oh, I'm different. I'm never gonna find anybody. No, you will. Let this be proof. Oops.
Like, they seem. Here's a picture of the two of them in real life if you want to see what they look like. They seem very pleasant. And not long after they start dating, they decide to take the next step and move in together. And if these two aren't weird enough, here's where things get even weirder. Now, they're both into strange satanic
just keep that stuff away from me.
But Manuela specifically is into vampire things. And she actually considers herself a real-life living vampire. And once they move in together, Manuela, she doesn't have a job, so Daniel's basically supporting her. So he goes to work every day at an auto parts store, while Manuela stays at home and, like, sleeps all day. And since she considers herself a vampire, she stays out of the sunlight, and apparently they keep their apartment dark even at night. Not only that, but her bed is an actual coffin. So
bro. She's committed to the craft. She said, she said, I am that Slavic nightmare. That's crazy.
She also has her canine teeth filed down to look like animal fangs, or I guess vampire fangs. And this goes on for some time. And they get more and more into this lifestyle and more into the Satanism part. And one day in 2001, Daniel starts getting visions. Because I guess he's got some mental illness stuff going on. Specifically, he gets visions of the number 6667. And he doesn't know...
Don't do it. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna do it. 6-7. Yo, he was the first person to do 6-7. Is that it? No way. This has to be a joke, bro. Is he the first dude to be like 6-7, and then he gave it to the kids? Heck no, that can't be it, bro. No way 6-7 is like some kind of like weird ritual, bro.
Know what he's supposed to do with this information,
no
but he
way.
eventually decides that this is a sign. It's a sign from Satan himself, and that they've been selected by him, and that they need to get married. And that the 666 he's seeing in his visions are a sign that they should get married on the 6th day of the 6th month, June 6th. And the 7 is a sign that they should sacrifice themselves a month later on the 7th month. And that once they die, they'll become actual vampires living in hell with Satan.
Whoa, he's moving crazy. Whoa. I guess if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But like that... See, the thing about that is, like, if you know you're wild, he doesn't know he's wild at this point. But if he's wild, right, and you've got this vision, bro, I just feel so bad whenever it's like, I don't even want, realistically, I don't even want him to be doing that junk. Because, like, yo, if he sacrifices himself on this day, he's going to do this and this and that. Like, that whole mentality of, like, the whole, like the self-sacrifice for some kind of like unrelated thing, like directly unrelated, like it's a different thing if it's like a situation that kind of requires it, right? Like somebody's like about to like assault like one of your loved ones, right? And you have to like self-sacrifice. That's an intentional self-sacrifice to achieve a certain result. But like these like weird like left field like self-sacrifices like that, I just really don't like, especially if they're dragging someone else with them, bro. That's tough.
However, they feel that just unaliving themselves, that's not going to be enough to appease Satan. They also feel like they need to sacrifice someone else.
Okay,
but
now you're tripping. Now I gotta put a stop to you.
Daniel remembers a guy that he works with.
At this point, bro, I was willing to just let it go, but now they gotta they gotta go though. They gotta go for real. They gotta like get detained, bro. Put them, get them some mental evaluations. You know what I'm saying? Give them some therapy. Get detained, all that.
Frank. And Frank, he's apparently super nice. He gets along with Daniel. In fact, he's one of the only people at work who actually talks to him and doesn't judge him for his strange beliefs.
Kind of
Plus,
salty.
Frank is a funny guy. He has a good sense of humor. And Daniel and Manuela
no way he's gonna sacrifice
if they kill him and he goes to hell, that he would actually make a good court jester for Satan.
Oh, heck nah, bro. Heck nah, bro. Heck nah, bro.
That's kind of insulting to Frank. Regardless, they've got it all planned out. They'll invite Frank over one night, and then they'll murder him. So some time passes, and it's finally June.
Yeah, I miss me
These
with
two
that,
vampire
bro.
goth weirdos get married. Then July comes, and now it's time for the next phase of their plan. The human sacrifice. So Daniel goes and he invites Frank over to hang out one night.
I really don't
Frank,
like this
he
stuff.
thinks it's just a normal evening, hanging out with a friend from
This
work.
is tragic.
So he's like, sure, I'll hang. So Daniel goes and he picks him up and he brings him
in
to
the
their
Satan
apartment.
car, bro.
And they're all
in the Satan car, bro. Nah, man. See, this is why I don't be messing with all that Satan stuff, bro. I'm just like, yeah, okay. Like, you want to be alternative, that's cool, right? You don't like traditional religion, that's cool. But the moment you go and you're like, hey, I want to serve that guy and do all these, like, weird, like, demonic rituals and, like, be obsessed with, like, murder and stuff like that, I'm just like, miss me with that, bro. Come on now.
all three there, and they're just hanging out and, like, listening to music. But then, out of nowhere, without any kind of warning or indication, Daniel pulls out a hammer, and bam, he hits Frank in the head with it, and then bam, he hits him again. And Manuela is there, and she's watching all this go down, just like they had planned. And that is when she hears a voice. A voice who she believes is Satan telling her to stab Frank in the heart. So she grabs a knife, and boom, she stabs him. She stabs him again and again and again until he's no longer moving. They apparently stabbed him with a bunch of different sharp objects, and they made sure to stab him 66 times because of 666. So now the murder is done, and they can start the rest of the ritual. And I won't get into the details of the rest of the ritual because it's pretty gruesome, but there are certain things that they feel like they have to do with his body. And also, as part of that ritual, they
I don't know why I clicked this video.
In the coffin.
Okay, bro.
While Frank's body is still in the room.
Okay,
so now,
bro.
The ritual
like
thing is complete. And at this point, all they have to do is unalive themselves, and then they'll be at Satan's side forever, existing as vampires, I guess. Until here's the thing.
Are they getting arrested?
Daniel and Manuela aren't really the most stable people, and they just violently murdered someone. And it turns out that this is actually a lot to process mentally.
Yeah, I
bet.
So,
like, now they're supposed to unalive themselves? This is just too much for them to handle. So they start to panic, and they...
So, now it's too much to handle. Right. So, when you see you kill someone else, it's too much to handle. But not when you're talking about... Oh, no, sorry. When it comes to, like, doing it themselves, it's too much to handle. But not when it comes to doing it to someone else. They just did that, no problem. But then they're like, oh, we're supposed to do it to ourselves, too? This is too much? Nah, at this point, y'all committed. He's already gone. At this point, y'all committed. I'm not...
Abandoned the next step
I don't like
in the
this,
ritual.
man.
So now they're not going to unalive themselves, I guess. And instead,
wow, that was the most cop-out way to murder somebody. That's crazy. Nah, at this point, y'all better stand on it. At this point, bro, like, you already messed up and dragged some innocent dude into this like weird ritual. Y'all gotta finish it out. Y'all gotta stand on it at that point.
To just flee.
You don't get to just pull out of there.
So Manuela writes a farewell note to her parents to say
goodbye. Heck
nah,
bro. Y'all going to jail, bro. Turn it. If you don't turn, honestly, I'll be cool if y'all don't self-sacrifice like that. If y'all turn yourselves into the authorities, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all go and turn yourselves in for the murder, cool, right? We're good. But if y'all try to run and get off scot-free, actual demons, bro.
And get them up out of here. They go on the run. And they drive all over Germany, crisscrossing the whole country, living out of their car, trying not to attract too much attention. Meanwhile, Manuela's parents find her goodbye note, and they read it, and it basically says something like, I am not meant for this world, or something, and they think it's a suicide note. So they freak out, and they call police to go over to her apartment and do a welfare check on her, because they think she's in there hurting herself. So police, they go over there, and they get inside, and that is when they find poor Frank's body. And police immediately think, oh shit, they killed this guy. They think they're probably out there actively looking for more victims to kill. So they put out an APB, and this becomes a big manhunt all over Germany trying to find these two. And about a week goes by, and police finally spot them at a gas station. So, bam, they get arrested. And I don't have mugshots, but here is what Daniel looks like in real life. And
bro looks like a demon.
And here's what Manuela looks like in real life.
Alright, bro.
And eventually, they go to court, and they admit to the murder. However, they claim that it's not actually their fault, because they claim that Satan was using their body as a tool, and therefore they're not responsible.
Come on now.
Well, the panel of judges doesn't buy it. And they're both found guilty. And
sorry,
Daniel
buddy.
is sentenced to 15 years in prison, while Manuela gets sentenced to 13 years in prison.
Nah, bro. Why did she get less, though? Weren't they equal parts? They're equal partners,
so this
right?
Influencer? What?
Hold on. Were they equal partners? We're definitely going to do another one of these, though. We're definitely doing another one. Because I think these longer ones are actually better. Low-key. Just doing, like, multiple ones in one. Hold on. Let me turn the light on because it's getting a little dark. I'm going to grab something to eat after this one, too. Honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more eat. Yeah. She has a stalker. Should we watch this or a different one? They almost kill. Oh, that's the Amaranth one. Why don't we click on the channel? How about that? And then we'll see if there's a different one we can tune into real quick. Because I want to add another one. Add another one for you guys so we can get the most out of this present upload. You know what I mean? Maybe we will watch that one though. Pretended to be in high school. He scammed the Mormon church. Excuse me. They got scammed. Everyone loves to challenge drugs made of evil. The racist went insane. Creep got caught. None of these are really standing out right now. Successful bank heist in history. Maybe we will watch this. Whoa, this dumb TikToker destroyed a free house. That's just a kid doing dumb internet stuff. That's like blown out because it's in this generation. Yeah, okay, we'll watch that last one. We'll watch the last one, okay? Okay.
So this influencer, one of her fans, found out where she lives, went to her house, and tried...
Are we lagging? Hello? This lag is going crazy.
Set the place on fire.
Why did he
her
like
name
that?
is JustFoxii, and she's a Twitch streamer. She plays Fortnite. She's apparently some kind of sniper queen. And JustFoxii actually has quite a few
she's
fans.
Trying to be sniper.
Some of those fans are pretty crazy. Specifically, this fan. His name's Farhan. And Farhan loves watching JustFoxii on Twitch. He's watched her for years, and over time, he appears to be falling in love with her. Like sometimes he messages her in the chat, sometimes he donates to her stream, like a lot of fans do on Twitch. In fact, he apparently donates over $2,000 to her. And I don't know if he does it all at once or little by little, but $2,000 is a lot of money. And it seems
I'm just
like
kidding. I don't want what comes with it. Because he's gonna be mad obsessed trying to burn my shit down.
Love or whatever, but of course, she never does, nor should she. Regardless, he keeps showing up.
I tell you, that's the dangerous thing about, like, that's the dangerous thing, man. I know this is like wash, rinse, and repeat this point that I'm about to make, but like that's the thing about, like, I know a lot of people give like female streamers and stuff like a bad rap, but it's also like I kind of feel bad for it because it's like you got at a point the majority, if you're a female streamer, the majority of your fans are most likely going to be men that like you just on a baseline level. Like even if your content is good, that just adds to it. That just adds to the amount of people that are going to enjoy your content. But at a base level, you're like your core fan base, more often than not, is going to be a bunch of dudes that like you. And like some of them are going to be liking you way more than like boundaries are respected, unfortunately. And some people actually act on that, which is like the worst of the worst situations. And like you're just always running that risk when you do that, when you put yourself out there. And it's not just like, it's not exclusive for female streamers. Obviously for male streamers they may have that problem too, like it can happen to anyone obviously, but where's I going with that? That's always a risk that you run. But I feel especially bad for the female streamers when stuff like that, because it's just like, you know, you're really just out here trying to enjoy yourself, have a good time, make a quick buck, right? Nobody's out here inviting stuff like that, like really inviting stuff like that, unless they are. I don't know. Unless some people are. I don't know, some people like that, but I feel bad for people that aren't.
I don't know exactly when this happens, but at some point, the worst thing that could happen to Farhan happens to him.
What happened, bro? She has a boyfriend?
Has a boyfriend.
Of course she does. What are you talking about?
Is devastated. He feels so betrayed. I mean, he said
at this point, you kind of gotta go into it knowing that it's possible and likely. At that point, I feel like it may not always happen, but like, you know, there's rarities, but also just kind of know the territory. Obviously, he's very inexperienced. Like he's probably not like thinking about that. He's just like, oh, he's got his monkey brain on. Like, oh, woman pretty, woman mine, da 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 da. But
all that money, how could she do this to him? And the more he thinks about it, the angrier he gets.
Yeah.
So he comes up with this insane plan to hurt her just like she hurt him. So first, he looks her up and finds out exactly where she lives. Then he packs some sparklers and a bag of thermite, which is a powder used to make fireworks. Then he takes a flight from New York all the way over to Ohio. And
Man,
I don't
pull
know
up
how
to
he got
Ohio?
thermite past
How did he
TSA.
Get... That's what I'm saying. Bro, I want to know how he got the thermite in general.
Supposedly did. But anyway, once he's in Ohio, he gets a rental car and he drives it to Home Depot and he buys a ceramic pot. Then he goes back to his Airbnb and he uses all these supplies to essentially create like a giant Roman candle. Then, around 11 p.m., he drives over to JustFoxii's house. And there, he sees his target, her car.
See, this guy's the reason why people, this guy low-key the reason why people started calling me names and stuff in elementary school, making fun of me, started calling me a terrorist and stuff because my names are Arabic. Man, it's literally dudes like this that be doing stuff like this. His name is Farhan, right? Literally dudes like this, bro, perpetuating the stereotype for what?
It's parked right out front. So Farhan
in his freaking garage. Whose house is he at? In an Airbnb making a bomb for a streamer's house, bro.
Around 11 p.m., he drives over to JustFoxii's house, and there he sees his
he's at her house. Okay.
Her car that's parked right out front.
She got a nice car. Is that a Jag or something?
She's a streamer. He's in her driveway, and he walks up to the car like he's trying to scope it out. And this is actually footage of him on JustFoxii's home security camera. A few hours later, Farhan comes back with all his supplies, and he walks up to JustFoxii's car, and he puts a little box-shaped brick on the hood, and then he puts that ceramic pot he bought on top of the little box. And then he lights the fuse, and he walks away. Which I can't show you because it's arson and I'm tired of my videos getting removed, but this sets JustFoxii's car ablaze and it goes up in flames. Now, I don't know if this was meant to scare JustFoxii or like teach her a lesson or what, but she's not even home. She's actually on vacation, probably like chilling on a beach somewhere, spending all that money he donated to her. However, JustFoxii's mom is home, and mom looks out the window and she sees JustFoxii's car on fire and she's like, holy shit. And she calls 911. And by this point, the fire starts spreading to the fence and to the side of the house as well. Luckily, firefighters arrive and they put out the fire before it can seriously damage the house. But unfortunately, JustFoxii's car is beyond safe. Here's some footage of the aftermath, and you can see it's all messed up. Meanwhile, police show up to the scene.
She probably had insurance. I'm gonna be real, she got off like super well in that. Like she was not even home. She didn't even lose her home. I consider that like a non-starter at that point. Like somebody else clapped your car and she has a car that night, she probably has insurance. It's a non-starter, bro. As long as the house gets repaired, she got off that super clean.
Them the security footage and they see this strange guy on camera lighting this fire.
So as long as he gets arrested after this, that's a huge dub.
Looking for any sign of this guy. And some of them happen to walk around the corner, and bam, there's a random car parked on the side of the road. And in that car is Farhan.
Is him?
And so
Get
the
him.
officers go up
Get
to
him.
on his window.
Is he gooning in the car?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Just wanted to rest up a little bit. I have a long drive.
Why are you
rest up
here?
No reason.
And so Farhan tells
no
him
reason.
He's just in town for a bit, visiting a friend, and that he just pulled off to the side of the road because he's tired and needed to sleep. And the officer is already suspicious.
Yeah,
so
get him out of here, bro.
To just pull off in a neighborhood to sleep. I'm so confused.
He's in the neighborhood still?
Here, and I literally came like an hour ago, and I was like shot, and so I just needed to knock out.
So you just pull off into a random neighborhood?
So yeah, they're not buying his story at all. They know.
Honestly, like the story is not the problem. It's him. It's his situation in which the story happened. That's the problem. Cause like, honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. If you are in that situation that he's talking about, his hypothetical little situation where he's like drove a lot and he's tired, one of the safest places to go if you are gonna like take a little nap and rest up, is probably a protected neighborhood, especially one that's like a nice one, instead of just on the side of the street or at some kind of random establishment where like whoever could just be pulling up and they're just like on demon time, right? But like in an actual scenario in which that plays out and he's not a criminal, that's actually a fine story. But he's actually super sus because of the way that it came down.
Something's up.
The reason why I ask is because there was somebody who set a car on fire.
Who set a car on
That's
fire?
him.
Yes.
Like, what do you mean? Like, how do you set a car on fire?
They set the car on fire.
Like, they lit the gas tank?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then
This
you're back here.
dude, bruh. No way he's trying to play it off like that. That's insane, bro. Take his ass to jail.
No, I mean...
Well, you see how that's why I'm contacting you? You see how it's weird?
yeah.
Dude just laughing, bro.
That was
Nah, he's cooked. Him laughing like that, me laughing about his situation, because I know he did it, him laughing about that, like, nah, he's cooked, bro. He's like a little kid that got caught lying. He's freaking laughing. He is terrible. Take his ass to jail.
Sorry.
And so they search his car, and they don't find anything tying him
no,
to the
take
crime.
him to jail,
But they
bruh.
continue to question him, and the more the officers question him, the more nervous he gets.
I know the
Yeah.
best policy is to be honest, and I'm not waiting for anybody, so, and I didn't set anybody's car on fire.
Bruh just capped. He said the best policy is to be honest, and then proceeds to lie. But honestly, I didn't expect him to tell the truth. Be like, honestly, I'm gonna be for real. Yeah, I set her car on fire. He's not saying that. He's not saying that.
Anything like that. Promise you.
There's no
But
way,
police
man.
still aren't buying it. So they
Of
put
course
him in their
not,
car.
bro.
They bring in the canine unit.
Oh
And I guess the
my
canine
gosh.
unit is going to try to track the scent from the crime scene and see
Thank
if it
you.
leads to Farhan's car. And so police give him one more chance to be honest with them.
To
So
come
be
clean.
honest with you, man. We got a dog that's tracking right now, okay?
Okay.
From where the crime happened, okay? You be honest with me. Is that dog gonna lead straight to this car?
No. I promise you it's not.
Oh, but it does. Of course,
Yeah.
the canines track the scent right to his car. So
There
at this
it
point,
is. He
police
probably smelling all that powder.
have had enough, and they pull up that security footage and they confront Farhan with it.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
It's not me.
That's
Wait a
not
minute. They had the security footage the whole time, and they're giving bro grace? Why were they giving him this much grace when they had security footage? Where was this? This isn't Ohio, right? Maybe they were just taking their time with it because they don't really got a lot of people doing stuff like that. Maybe they just took their time. They're like, maybe it's a misunderstanding. Did they get it after he did it, or did they have it the whole time?
you?
No.
Sure looks like you and everything you're wearing.
It's not me.
That's not you, huh? Look a little closely. Your heart's starting to race a little bit more.
Is it? Because it's not me. I feel like you're trying to tell me it's me, but it's not.
It's not you, huh?
This gaslighting is insane. He knows he's deep in it, bro.
It's really not.
That's not you?
No.
No. Okay. Well, it's kind of funny.
Jedi mind trick.
It appears to be you. Reflective shoes, pants,
Are they?
the shirt,
No,
your beard.
that is not me. And I don't know what to tell you. That's just not me.
Sure, it's not Farhan. So anyway, bam, police arrest him. Here's
Yeah,
his
he's
mugshot.
cooked, bro.
Meanwhile, not even 10 feet away
You're
from
cooked,
Farhan's
bro.
car, police find a bag stashed under a pine tree. And
Crazy,
in the
yeah,
bag
you're
is
done,
the hat,
bro.
mask, and latex gloves that he was
That are
wearing
in the video.
So
You're
just to
done,
be
bro.
clear, this fool committed arson and then drove literally just around the corner, and he stashed the evidence a
I'm glad
few
he's
feet
stupid.
away from where he was hiding.
This is like I don't like when people be committing crimes, but like I'm glad that like they're stupid, so it makes it easier to catch them right after. Like I'm just so glad.
How did he ever expect this to work out for him? Like, think about that. If he had driven somewhere else further away, like any other neighborhood, like
Yeah,
somewhere that
bruh.
wasn't walking distance from the crime scene, he
Yeah,
probably
bro.
would have gotten away with it. What was he thinking? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never
bruh.
stalked anyone and tried to set their possessions on fire. That seems more like your thing. So you tell me, What was he thinking? But anyway, so he's charged with aggravated arson, breaking and entering, and possession of criminal tools. And eventually, he takes a plea deal, and he's sentenced to 46 months in prison. And this actually happened over a year ago, but Midwest Safety just released the body cam footage, so that's why everyone's talking about it now. So yeah, shout out to Twitch, I guess. And a huge shout out to Leonardo AI for sponsoring this.
Every video, W video, Leonardo. Yeah, that's crazy though. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed these. I had a good time. Let me know if you did. Go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see some more. And that's gonna be it. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.